A+ലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the Enclaps channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
Friends, let's take a trip to the sun today. Yes, an equal amount of sunlight is received in the northern hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere when the sun is vertically over the equator. The apparent position of the sun during the earth revolution will be over the equator on March 21st and September 23rd. Hence, the length of the day and night will be equal during these days on both the hemispheres. These days are called equinox. 21st March onwards, the sun apparently shifts from equator northwards and reaches vertically over the Tropic of Cancer on 21st June. This day is known as summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. On this day, the northern hemisphere experiences its longest day and shortest night. What is the peculiarity of the day and the night in the southern hemisphere on 21st June? Southern hemisphere experiences its longest night and shortest day. The northern hemisphere gradually experiences the spring season between 21st March and 21st June. Spring is the season of transition from winter to summer. Haven't you noticed the plants sprouting, mango trees blooming and jackfruit trees bearing buds and the like? There are the peculiarities of the spring season. Can you identify the season in the southern hemisphere during this period? It's autumn. The southward apparent movement of the sun begins from 21st June and again reaches vertically above the equator on 23rd September. The summer season is experienced in the northern hemisphere during this period. What are the changes observed in nature during the summer season? Summer is the warmest season of the year with high humidity. During the summer days are longer and nights are shorter.
പാഠഭാഗത്തെ എല്ലാ പരീക്ഷണങ്ങളും ഇനി വീഡിയോ രൂപത്തിൽ കണ്ടുപഠിക്കാം എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ലാബിലൂടെ. ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ട്യൂഷൻ ആപ്പ്.
The sun continues its southward apparent shift from the equator from 23rd September and reaches vertically above the Tropic of Capricorn on 22nd December. This day is known as winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. On this day, the northern hemisphere experiences its shortest day and longest night. What is the peculiarity of the day and the night in the southern hemisphere on 22nd December? On this day, the southern hemisphere experiences its longest day and shortest night. It is autumn season in the northern hemisphere from 23rd September to 22nd December. Autumn marks the transition from the severity of summer towards winter. During this period, the atmospheric temperature decreases considerably. There is shortening of day and lengthening of night during the period. This is the season during which the trees generally shed their leaves. This shedding of leaves is the form of adaptation to survive the forthcoming dry winter. What is the season in the southern hemisphere when it is autumn in the northern hemisphere? It is spring in the southern hemisphere. The northward apparent shift of the sun begins by 22nd December and again reaches vertically above the equator on 21st March. This period marks the winter season in the northern hemisphere. What are the peculiarities of the winter season? winter weather can be cold, snowy and icy. Which will be the season in the southern hemisphere when it is winter in the northern hemisphere? It is summer. Today we have studied the relationship between the apparent movement of the sun and the season. Thank you.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.